Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil. And I recently posted a video, I will link it in the channel description down below, where I was talking about the fleets and whether I use them on offense or defense for GAC. And one of the topics that came up was kind of reviewing each fleet, the lineup you use, strategy, counters. So I was kind of waiting, I was hoping fleet loadouts would be around, but they're not. However, we do have a galactic challenge where you need ships here, so I thought that'd be a good opportunity. So over the next couple of days, I'm going to be filming a bunch of these and just kind of releasing them as we go along. So let's dive into our video. Before we do that, guys, you know the drill. We must first and foremost pay homage to our king, Wampa. If you guys want to see Wampa hit Relic 8 live on stream, all you need to do, get this channel to 5,000 subscribers. And I will make sure that this live stream that happens is at a time that is good for my entire viewer base. I understand that my live streams being at 10 p.m. Eastern time are brutal for people. They're brutal for me too. So I'll try to make sure that this live stream for Wampa is at a time that everyone can join in on the fun. Wampa may not be a crew member. He may not be a fleet commander, but he's always right here in our hearts, and Wampa is king. So let's dive into our video for fleets, and we're going to be talking about the Negotiator fleet. So I'm just going to go to the thing here and select my Negotiator fleet. So if we come in over here, right, you guys can see I was kind of playing around with this earlier. So these are your Galactic Republic ships. So this is your standard lineup. And you guys will notice that I don't even have a reinforcement over here, and that is by design. I don't like running Clone Sergeant with this fleet, and I'm going to show you why. This is something that I preach to everyone in my guild. You never want to run Clone Sergeant on defense because he has this super high reinforcement priority. So I'm just going to throw this on auto here as I show you why you never use Clone Sergeant first, because this is one of the most important things about this fleet. So there we go. We're doing our stuff, right? Again, we're just going to work through here. Keep on going. Come on. Come on. Call in a reinforcement. Let's go. Okay, we're coming along. They're going to take a turn. All right, take a turn. Come on. First reinforcement, Clone Sergeant. And that will happen 10 times out of 10 that Clone Sergeant comes in. And in this situation, I would have preferred Plo Koon. He would dispel buffs. He could put taunt. He can give turn meter. Clone Sergeant just is a meat shield. And that's fine. There's times where that's needed. But this is not one of them. So I just wanted to show you guys that. That's why you never bring in Clone Sergeant. Because even, like in that fleet, it's probably not as big of a deal. But when you're going up, when somebody's going up against your fleet on defense and they're using Malevolence and the first ship out is Clone Sergeant, which it will be, it's hilarious. It is one of the funniest things. It makes my life so much easier when I see opponents do that. So do not ever put Clone Sergeant. Just leave it blank. You're better off that way. Now, offensively, it's not as big of a deal because you get to control when those ships come in. But defensively, you definitely don't want Clone Sergeant anywhere near your reinforcements. For defense, the lineup that I normally run is I'll put Ahsoka in the starting lineup instead of fives. I just think that's a tougher counter for the Malevolence. I also will see plenty of players also use Rex there. You basically, with fives in that starting lineup, it just is easier for the for Malevolence to counter it. It just has to do with the fact that he will juice turn meter for those ships. They can put their buzz droids on Anakin and it goes downhill fast. So again, offensively, this is the fleet that I'd like to run here. I like 5 starting. So let's run this as if I was going to go up against this Empire fleet here. Your overarching strategy with the Galactic Republic fleet, number 1, keep Anakin alive. That is he's your most important ship. You've got to keep Anakin alive. And with Anakin, you always want to target enemies with target lock. And I'll show you why. So you want to open up with your AoE, the 5's ability first to make sure there's target lock there, because with Anakin's basic, he will grant another random ally Valor for 2 turns whenever he's damaging someone, right? And Valor, for those of you who don't know, you're going to grant your Galactic Republic ship, a capital ship, 15% turn meter and reduce its ultimate by 1. So again, there's modifiers in here. We don't really need to worry about the modifiers as much that are happening, but every time someone's attacking with Valor, right, we're giving 15% turn meter to our capital ship, which is huge, right? That is unbelievable. That makes this fleet so much better. So first reinforcement in this instance, right, we need to heal up. We're going to bring out Plo Koon, and then you want to push turn meter, And then you just want to target these ships with target lock with Anakin. So look, Anakin here, he's got Valor. No one else has Valor here, right? You see no Valor on the field. Anakin's going to use his basic, and we gave we gave Valor 2 5s. So then 5s, we're going to get to him to go. Boom. 5s went, and then our ship takes an immediate turn. With this middle ability, you always want to target Anakin because it'll give offense up. And then again, we're just letting them do their thing here, right? So here, I'm going to give target lock again because I want Anakin to spread Valor around. And then look, we have our ultimate available, so we'll use the ultimate ability. And this is one of the ways that you want to, this team, a lot of people don't think of the Negotiator as having a lot of turn meter, but I promise you that this fleet has a ton of turn meter on it because of that Valor, Anakin's bonus turns when allies are falling below health, and then from ships like Plo Koon, as well as another one that I'm going to bring in here as a reinforcement. So there, watch, we're going to just run a loop on them here really quick where our capital ship is going to take a turn again. Look, there's turn meter. So now I want to bring in Rex's ship, and I'm going to show you guys how you can juice turn meter here. When you use his ability, right, grant another ally 50% turn meter and 50% protection, and it's reduced by 1 for each other active Galactic Republic ally. So watch. I'm going to give Anakin turn meter. So we're going to get to go around here. There goes Anakin. All right, we're just going to call this in again. Look, we got our ultimate again from all the Valor that we've been spreading around. But now watch. We're going to go again. And then Rex can pass turn meter yet again. And look, 50% turn meter for each of them. It's awesome. You can just keep spamming this ability. So this is how you want to use this fleet, control that turn meter. Where Ahsoka's ship is really good is if you need to dispel buffs, she can be fantastic. But this is kind of the, the Rex Ahsoka reinforcement is one that you just need to do on a case-by-case basis. But normally, I kind of like to run my setup like that. So that's the overarching strategy of that fleet. It's all about getting your capital ships cooldowns decreased as fast as possible and keeping Anakin alive. Those are the two most important things. So the counters to this fleet, or I'll say this, before we do that, the other lineup, the only time you can use Clone Sergeant in this fleet, the only time you use Clone Sergeant is if you're trying to counter the triple attacker Executor, but you need a couple of things. Number one, your Plo Koon has to be either Relic 7 and their Executor, I think, Relic 8, or you need to be Relic 8 and their Executor can be Relic 9, and then I think Plo Koon outspeeds them. But what you have to do is you have to use Plo Koon's ability here to give taunt, right? So you have to grant them taunt, and you need that taunt to go on, where's he at? Come on, Clone Sergeant. You need the taunt to go on Clone Sergeant, because Clone Sergeant is a crewed ship, and that means Executor fleets can't evade, can't ignore his taunt, right? So they have to go for it. They have to target him. And you can kill Xanadu Blood very easily with the opening AoE from your Negotiator fleet, I believe. Or no, you kill IG-88 early, and then you're able to kind of get around to Xanadu Blood there. So that is one way that this fleet can be used. I've seen it fail against that, but at least get some kills. I've also seen it win very cleanly. It's just very RNG dependent. But that's the only time you can use Clone Sergeant is off meta. As far as what this fleet can beat, this will beat all of your non-GL ship fleets. So this will beat your, Empire fleets, Finalizer. It can win the mirror. The mirror's a little bit dicey, but it can win the mirror match. I prefer never to do the mirror just because it's so annoying. Very RNG dependent on dazes, things like that. But anyway, it'll beat your Malevolence. It'll beat Resistance, all the Rebels, all that stuff. It really doesn't have a chance at beating a strong Profundity fleet because the turn meter gain is super, super important to this fleet for that Negotiator ultimate that it's really hard to get there without those turn meter gains. Now, this fleet can be beaten by a lot of stuff, but it's kind of one of those where anything below Malevolence is going to struggle unless you have the top tier Empire fleet, and then you've got a pretty good chance. But the mirror match is probably less. I'd say the mirror match has a less chance of winning than a Malevolence does. your Executor and Profundity are obviously always going to win. Even Resistance can beat this. I'd say the one fleet that just is never going to be able to touch this in any stretch is the Finalizer fleet. They are very dependent on turn meter gain as well, so the Finalizer fleet just really can't beat this, but like your Resistance can definitely beat this fleet. You've got to play it right. There's a lot of stuff there. But otherwise, I mean, it's still it's a beatable fleet. It gets so many holds because a lot of times if one thing goes wrong against this fleet, it just goes south fast. If they get a certain kill, they kill one of your important ships, it goes downhill really quickly. And as you guys see, I mean, you can get away from you really fast where they can just get some kills and it's game over. So in terms of relics you need for this fleet, I mean, obviously if you're going for Jedi Master Kenobi, you're going to have R8 General Kenobi. You're going to have a Relic 5. I guess really like you won't have any other relics from Jedi Master Kenobi for this actual fleet. So Anakin, mine is Relic 7. That's a Sith Eternal requirement. My 5s and Rex are both Relic 5 for this, my 501st, which is actually what Ahsoka is. But as you guys see here with Plo Koon, he's low gear. You just need him for his reinforcement ability. That's the most important thing. And then the Y-Wing does not have a pilot. So that really helps this fleet that you don't need to crew really like invest in him. So when you look at this, you're only investing in like 5 ships in terms of their gear, which is Anakin, the 5s, Rex, Ahsoka, and General Kenobi. Those are your biggest investments. Those are the ones you want to focus on. Again, you want to leave this last reinforcement slot blank just because Clone Sergeant is useless. Otherwise, guys, I mean, that's kind of the video. I don't want to go into more of, oh, this is what you do in this situation or this situation, because there's so many videos out there showing you how to beat certain fleet matchups that I just can't put them all into one video. I wanted to give you the overarching strategy for this fleet. So I'll kind of leave it here. You guys let me know if this is what you had in mind for these fleet guides. Hopefully you find this video helpful. Again, if I kind of go back to the fleet that I most often run, I'm going to put Ahsoka in the starting lineup. That's definitely where I like to head. I think this fleet here, very difficult to beat on defense. It's gotten me so many holds in GAC, and this has won me more GACs than I can, fathom. So I do really like this fleet. It's still one of the most solid fleets in the game. So you guys, that's the end of the video. Like and subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what fleet you want to see next. As always, I love all of you. May the Force be with you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.